Hello, everybody, and thanks for coming nice and early, JT. It's nice to see you here with that first comment. Um, of course, thank you guys for coming back to Monster of the Week, Eyes of the Fallen. I'm going to dip us right into our sponsors. Of course, we have our longtime sponsor that we use on all the days Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, dndbeyond.com. If you're looking for something new, that's coming out soon, is up for pre-order right now. Tasha's Cauldron of Everything is going to be released on November 17th. It comes with things like new rules, new artifacts, items, subclasses. D&D Beyond has everything that you could need for you DM, your players, and all that fun stuff. We do have Lucky Dice Cafe as well to thank if you're ever looking for live games in the Huntsville, Alabama area. These nights are still ticket seats, so be sure to check for tickets and open spots in advance, or you could miss out on some amazing adventures. Of course, as well, we do this Friday have a adventure night. You can join our main DM here on Dire Bear Heath, or Cap, for a fun monthly adventure. As well, we do have a YouTube and Patreon. If you'd like to support us and things here that we do on Dire Bear, be sure to check out our Patreon. Lots of little fun tips and tricks can be learned from Cap, as well as YouTube. Everything's nice and always well organized, at least so that you can find the campaigns that you want to find and look for. From stuff we've done in the past to stuff we are currently running if you'd like to catch up. Alright. We come back to our players, back to our hunters. The last time we were all together, we took a week break, and we come back tonight for a little bit of a fun little beach episode. We saw that the group had made a plan and had managed to stick to that plan to now I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but send Cadfael to the Shadow Realm effectively. Pretty much. You guys you guys captured him, put him away. Now, Quincy has that doll, which is Davo. Sorry. Okay. And you guys have pretty much had an easy time after that. It's been quiet. Quincy has been getting you guys information as you guys are looking for it. At one point, Stuart, he came back with that ring you found in the apartment. He says it's an old family signet ring. He doesn't actually recognize the crest for the family. He knows that it doesn't match, or it's not part of the family of the person who past lived there. He couldn't find anything overly important about it as far as he can tell right now. He gave it back to you, and just you have that old signet ring. Not a problem. Alright. Now, it has been there. It had been about a week since your guys' little tussle with Cadfael and Faye and Ender, and it's been quiet. You haven't heard anything from the Guardian in terms of Eli. She says that he has pretty much small conversation here and there, been pretty much just slowly remembering things as the time comes, and yes. Are we having audio problems? That's a good question. Every time. Is it gonna do this every time? I feel like it is every time. Hold on. You guys can hear me, I'm gonna guess, in chat. Maybe. Actually, I'm not getting desktop audio from that, so please hold. We don't want that. Where is it? Is it this one? You guys want to talk to me for a second? So no, I've got no output from that. Please hold. Let's try this one. No. You guys want to talk to me again? No. I'm just talking to myself basically at this point. Which, I mean, if they heard me, that's not too bad. Why aren't you... Okay. I can be heard, but... I can kind of do Stewart's, maybe. Okay. I'm stressed. I can't do it right now. I'm put on the spot. I can't do it. I got nervous. No, Steve. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. Where is...
Yeah, because Journey is just my approximation of Adira.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I don't understand why that's not going through. Well, what's a Dire Bear, what's a Dire Bear session without having a little bit of technical difficulties? No, you're gonna hear that. Sorry. Nope. Nope. You're gonna hear that. You can hear Decca, but you can't hear Maddie. Let me... Desktop audio's not picking up for some reason. Otter. Or some people are being heard while others are not, I guess. Doesn't look like it, Otter, no. No Stewart either. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're gonna do mic check. I'm not even seeing the levels coming out. Hold on, let me try this one. Yeah, can't hear through the stream. Now Decca isn't being heard. Okay, you know what? It probably is. It's probably just me picking the wrong thing. Hold on. Try talking for me, guys. Let's see if it comes through now. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting to see if the chat floods and being like, I heard everything. And I'm like... Yeah, if they don't hear me, I'm just like... That's... Oh, that's true, actually. Hold on. Let's try this one.
Buttons one at a time.
One at a time. I think... How about now? Question mark?
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm seeing fluxing in the audio, so I'm guessing it's been solved. I just
Alright, you
heard
heard me.
Perfect.
There we go.
Woo!
Okay, everyone's back. We're good.
We're good now.
You know what? At least I don't have to go over our announcements again, which is that's fine. That's half the battle. So I know you guys heard very quickly that Stuart. Ralph, do you have the stream muted? That's my big question. I always have it muted. Okay, Otter just redeemed a hydrate, so everybody take a drink. That's our fun new claws thing for everybody who,
Just finished mine. I feel like such a fool.
You fool!
Mhm.
You have to go fetch another one.
Okay.
If you want to go get drinks, go get drinks. Actually, I'm not going to drink this yet because I haven't shaken it. I just had a mouthful of powder. Squeaky.
Hey, he'd have gotten his 500 points worth.
Ah. Gross.
2004, was that a shake weight?
Yeah.
No, it just has a shaky thing on the inside. See? This is what I do not wish to have come out my nose tonight. So, Decca, you've already done your one joke of the night. You've already done your one funny of the night. You're not allowed to do another one.
It's okay. I'm very inconsistently funny anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come up with a good
Shit.
one, just message it to Steve or Cody or somebody.
I'll no. What I'll do is I'll just put it in Twitch chat, and if he looks at it himself, that's his problem.
Honestly, you got me there. All right. Does everybody have their drinks? Has everybody had a drink?
I had a drink.
What is that?
Close enough.
Perfect. Thank you, Otter, for the hydrate. Alright. We went over, Stuart, you now have an old family signet ring that you do not recognize the same symbol on, and neither does Quincy.
Cool. Does this make me part of the family now? Or not? Okay.
Part of a family.
Dun, dun, dun.
Part of the
Big
family
one.
that's probably died off a very long time ago. Sorry about it now.
Sorry about your loss? Question mark.
Sorry about your new, but also loss.
Is he part of the family? Not legally, but as far as the family curse is concerned, he is.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's Monster of the Week, so yeah.
No, you are correct. You are correct.
He's already had an item that cursed him. It's fine.
Yeah, there's a Wendigo somewhere. Did I eat all that family? Oh, now I smell another one.
I mean, I'd take a curse. That'd be fun. Not cursing
Have a curse.
nearly enough for all the shit that he just throws on him.
Oh boy. You all will be the death of me. Alright.
Probably.
Now, since this week is a beach episode, we're all going to take some time and delve a little into... Steve, I promise I've got you turned up as max as I can. You just might have to yell to really get that emotion across.
I mean, maybe I had the stream unmuted. Just wanted to be sure because I could barely hear myself legitimately.
Yeah. No, I
So-
can...
Alright.
Beach episode. Mm-hmm. This
Sorry.
is a good... No, that's okay. It's better to make sure that everyone can be heard. Which,
Hey,
if
whatever you have,
you
man.
guys complain about Steve being too quiet, turn up the volume.
Turn up the volume.
Turn up the volume. I don't know what to tell you. I'm very sorry now, everybody. Alright. Otherwise, we're looking into a few things. Now, I did have a player come to me and say, that he would like to do something. So, Stuart. Yes, you. It would be
I'd like to go.
Yes.
Well, what time of the year is it, roughly, in the game?
You're probably looking early December.
Early December?
Yeah. Like late November,
Ooh.
early December. You guys
Not
have
a lot
had
of
your
time then for this shopping.
Time to go get gifts from my friends.
All right. You want to go do some shopping. All right. Are you going alone? Is there somebody you would like to take with you?
I'd like to, I don't know, maybe Ralph would like come with me.
I
Look up
would
the
be
old,
thrilled.
oh hell yeah, my dude. Let's go spend that money.
Yeah, our money.
Wait, you got money?
Yes.
Because I got money, like, moving on to some
Smash.
cash there. You know, since I left the circus, it's been sitting there, burning a hole in my wallet. I actually been hiding it from Bruno because I figured he'd spend it on candy or something. So where's like a good store around here? I don't even know.
There are lots of small shops on the main street. So basically the street that you are on. A lot of little, there's a couple, like little gift shops. There are regular stores where you'd be like, you know, it's like Home Depot, but split into 5 different stores for each section. There's
Perfect.
kitchen shop, there's
I'm
paint.
gonna have to basically go trick or treating in that one.
Oh boy.
Let's go. You know what? I feel like a lot of the group would appreciate like a good book or something. So, not the tea and leaf though. Is that on the nose? Maybe like I don't know. Is there like a pawn shop or something?
Yeah, there's a couple pawn
Yeah, they
shops
got-
here.
You got pawn shops? Let's go. My voice cracked and it went lower.
All right. Yeah, there are a couple pawn shops in this place. There's one that's like mainly clothes, and then there is one that like has clothing, and then has like all the other little stuff that you can find in there between books, movies, chandeliers. You know, the simple things.
Ralph, that sound good?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find the chandelier that can fold up though.
Okay.
Easier to get it in the coat.
Oh, dude, are you hurting for money?
Is that a requirement?
Listen, no, I actually got money for once, so like, let me help you out. It's a pawn.
Okay.
It's not gonna break us.
And then Stuart will take out like $100 and hand it to you.
You know, my dude.
Okay. Thank you.
Is that
Yeah, no
drug
problem.
money?
Mary.
That circus cash.
Yeah, right?
One this time.
So yeah, we'll head over. I guess we'll head over there, right? Yeah.
Go to the pawn shop. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Do a little shop.
You head to this pawn shop. It's fairly it's like on the nicer side for some pawn shops. You can
It's a low bar.
but this one has like everything is really organized. There's a couple people who work at the store. It's a lot bigger than you thought it would be initially as you walk in. You can see some high ticket items as well. Like there's this this nice sort of like sequins dress in the front window where you can see a tag on it for like at least $80.
That.
You can see some like little toys and some little like figures here and there around under a glass display case. There's also electronics in this place. between like one of those little pocket recorders. Between little recorders, some small video cameras here and there. You can see like maybe a laptop, little Game Boys and stuff like that as well.
I like that you're kind of like mentioning all the useful stuff, and I have a list here.
Oh boy.
There's like little train sets. I don't know.
I have a list. I
Okay.
made a shopping list. Yeah.
I am on board for this.
Okay, so on the list here, I got a couple books. Could I get your your help? I know I'm good at finding things, but I don't know. Books? No. I need your help finding some books.
You know me, I'm good at finding books.
Nice. I didn't know that, but that's good to know. So keep an eye out. You know, like, okay, so this one for Cassie. I figured, you know, she's in love with Ansel, right? Like, but,
So I
you
hear.
know, I read a book once. Yeah, I read a book once, Twilight, and I figured maybe that would be good, because it's about a lady loving a vampire.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if, like, you were saying this is the twilight of their relationship and it's time
Oh.
for Ansel to move on.
Well, I mean, no, you wouldn't have to move on far. She is terrified of me, though. So yeah. How about like, you look for Twilight, and then I figured for Ansel, because he keeps getting everyone drunk, I try and find like a drink book, you know, that has like all the drinks, you know.
I thought, you know, that's a good thought, but something else.
Okay.
There's a way to make drinks weird. It's like the fancy restaurants do it. Like they put rum and gelatin balls and then serve it to you like it's fish eggs, but it's just rum.
That sounds amazing if I drank.
I'm gonna look for that too.
You look for that. I'll look for. I've got one more other book. I figured like an encyclopedia or something for James. He's a smart dude. He reads, right?
Yeah.
And that covers the books.
Like industrial grade dictionary, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that.
So I guess I'll start looking for all these books.
Okay.
If you want any roll.
Well, I don't want to roll for the book Twilight, because you can see at least 4 copies of it in this store.
Fantastic.
You can see like one paperback that's been obviously reread at least 17,000 times.
Whoa, hold on. Check.
Wait.
Wait. How many in the series have I found?
Ooh, yeah.
You found one copy that's like an old paperback that's been read at least 100 times. Okay. You find a hardcover that's missing that, like, the plastic sleeve that would have on it. It looks a little worn down, but it's in better condition. You find one that is in the 3-book, like, box set. So there's at least one there. And then, but you don't see... And then you find one that's just like, it's missing the cover and there may be pages missing, but you found it.
So like, which one you think? That really worn one looks alright. Like the one, must be a good book. Someone reads it that much.
Yeah, but I mean, more book is better, right? So maybe go for the 3-fer?
You know what? You're right. Ralph, when you're right, you're right. Let's do it.
And we'll put that in our, I don't know. Do we have like a little shopping cart?
Yeah, there's like a little like shopping cart or basket that you can find.
Okay, we'll pop that in.
Okay. One of the other books you said, wow, I can't say that word. Encyclopedia?
Yeah.
I don't know,
James?
kind of like an encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia.
I know, that's why I was
It's a
like,
book about all the psychopaths in the country.
actually, you know what? That's one of the encyclopedias that you find. You find an encyclopedia where it's just a bunch of crazy people. You also find one, you know what? Because this always makes me laugh every time I think about it. The Spiders of Texas. Specifically, because I
Oh,
think
I'm
it's
gonna have to
fun.
Google something now.
It's just a book
It's a
of
real book?
spiders from Texas. It is a real book. It's like a little like information pamphlet that you can find at like Buc-ee's and like other little pit stops. I laugh because of past con things. I apologize. Okay, sorry.
There's the Buc-ee's in the area.
I want a Buc-ee's in my area. You can find a couple other thing on like an encyclopedia on sorry, my whole brain, I lost my train of thought thinking about Buc-ee's and all the beef jerky that's in there. Sorry. You can find one on like building or buildings across like the areas that you live. So like just older buildings where you can find how they've been built, how long ago they've been built, kind of things, the different types of architecture that comes with them, and all that kind of fun stuff.
Sounds like you're trying to be useful again. It's Christmas. Nothing I get is going to be useful here.
One of 33 volumes of dog breeds. I'm just saying stuff that's coming to head. Maybe there is one on like cryptids and stuff like that as well. What are you looking for specifically?
Oh, you should get that one for Bruno. He'll
What's
get
that?
it. The cryptids one.
Cryptid one?
Yeah.
Already got Bruno on Xbox though.
Maybe this will be like the manual. It'll be fine.
Okay. Break my arm, why don't you?
And he'll
All right.
oh wait.
No, no!
And then yeah, so he'll take that. Like I'll take the one book there. I instantly forgot what it was.
Cryptid encyclopedia.
That one, yeah. My brain just gone.
It went in the basket and out the head.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about for James though? Which one of these encyclopedias is you know, you're like his brother from another mother. So like, hit me with it, bud. Don't hurt yourself.
I forgot what the options are now.
Oh, get the dog one because it's one of like so many volumes. The rest, it'll be like a fun game.
All right.
Yeah, you can read about dogs.
Oh god, I'm so sorry everyone now. Holy shit. Okay.
Why'd you do this?
God, I should have known that this was gonna be absolutely hell when you asked me. Okay.
Yeah. Why'd you do it?
Why'd you do it?
Because I do this.
Okay, you were looking for a drink book for Ansel.
Yeah.
You can find one that's like evening cocktails, one that's like popular drinks on vacations.
I'll stop you right there. Ansel can only have evening cocktails. But just
That book's there. Wouldn't take it. I'm so sorry.
Ralph, I'm not even gonna ask about this one. Evening cocktails for a vampire is hilarious.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yep. I'm with you.
Okay. Okay, so that's all the books I had. Did you want to get any books? Like, anything good?
You know, I was looking for maybe some like instructional videos for like how to change a tire and just giving that to, say, Jenya.
Okay, yeah. That's a good idea. Let's do it up.
You can find a couple of like sorry, excuse me, like car manuals, like for specific types of cars. I don't know any cars off the top of my head.
Google's car.
Google's car.
It's actually for a Winnebago instead.
Yeah, there's one for a Winnebago. That's fine. There's one for like an old styled ice cream truck, because I think that's fun.
Oh, then yes, definitely getting that one.
That one, okay. Mm-hmm. You can find some that are like close to her type of car, but nothing that is like exactly specific. And then there's also changing tires for dummies.
Yeah, I'll get them both.
All right.
Janitor's
All right. What else are we looking for?
How about some? You think more with like makeup?
Depends if we can find any, like, possibly expired Swiss cake rolls here instead. I don't know.
Okay, keep your eye out for that too. And we'll go look and see if they got makeup. We'll ask a lady.
Excuse me, one makeup, please.
That's all I know.
We'd like
the
to
pawn
buy
shop.
a makeup. Yeah, at a pawn shop.
Yeah.
Here's my selection of used lipstick.
I wrote it down. I'm gonna look.
You.
Don't make me use Oops.
Yeah, but oops can give you almost anything.
Can I?
Not specific to makeup.
God damn it.
It could be makeup. We don't know.
Oh, what's that?
You find Powerpuff bed sheets. Powerpuff Girls bed sheets.
Okay, well, you know, you go to the store with money, you gotta get yourself something once in a while, so.
And into the cart it goes.
They're like they're summer sheets. So they're a little thin for right now, but they have like Buttercup Blossom and bubbles on them, and they're like this nice kind of like tie-dye of pink, green, and blue behind them. There's
They're in the
matching
cart already.
pillowcases as well, so
They're in the cart as well.
perfect. All right. I will get back to you on your oops, because you're in a pawn shop. You could literally find anything. I'll think about it for a split second. Because it wasn't the sheets. But thank you for buying those sheets. All
But
right.
yeah, we're like to ask someone if they got makeup around.
The girl at the counter kind of, like, she watches you for a hard second. She's just like, you want to buy makeup at a pawn shop?
Yeah,
For someone very important.
good friend.
I'm afraid to say we don't take makeup, just because, contamination is always an issue if it's already been opened.
Oh, okay. How about like any beautifying stuff? You got anything like that?
Tanning oil.
What oil?
Tanning.
I heard camping oil. I was like, what in the world is camping oil? I was so confused.
You've never been camping.
I've been camping. I'm like, what the fuck is camping oil? I've been doing it wrong.
There's lantern oil, I think.
Well, yes, that's a thing for sure. I don't think anyone calls it camping oil.
That's fair.
I mean, I'm gonna call it camping oil now. All right. Any beauty makeup? Not really. We've got one set of unopened brushes, but they feel like cheap knockoff kinds.
I mean, I'm very used to knockoffs and not having money for the real thing, so.
She like pulls out
Here we
this sealed plastic case. the handles on these brushes are bedazzled and extremely gaudy.
Those look amazing. Are you sure these are knockoffs? These look like Italian.
Well, the back of them states the name that they're knocked off from, but there's a spelling mistake.
Oh. I'm not good at spelling anyways. Yeah, toss in the cock, please.
Dunk.
They break on impact.
I'm not buying that. You broke it.
We'll tie them together with some tape. It'll look like a tree. It'll be fine.
Just all the brushes and one big brush. Take one small brush, make it big. Alright. Is there anything else you were looking for?
Hold on. Get my list back. You got any cool shirts?
We've got a lot of cool shirts. There's a bar over there with a lot of graphic t-shirts. There's like band logos and a lot of other stuff. I see you've got the Twilight books in your cart. There's a couple Team Edward and Team Jacob shirts. So
How'd you know I was Team Edward?
I didn't. You just have the books in your car?
Okay.
I'd like to go just kind of peruse the shirts, see if there's anything that Jernia would like.
Okay. There's a couple things here and there. Tony the Tiger from Frosted Flakes comes to mind. Like there's like a Flintstones sweater from their like
Bingo.
Petals. Okay.
Just keep letting Q talk until you see something like that's it.
Yep. Not even an issue.
You go.
Flintstones. Who's gonna say no?
Ralph, yo, you see any shirts that you like? Huh?
Plenty.
Well, like, speak up, bud.
Oh, I've already got like 6 of them in the cart.
You can literally come up with any kind of t-shirts that you think Ralph would like, and I will agree to them. There's one that's like Cody's shirt that he's wearing tonight. With Rad in Peace, and it's a skeleton on a skateboard. There's another one where it's like, there's like other fun little skeleton shirts in there, like a white shirt with a little skeleton on it, and it says, "Ha, you dead." And lots of other fun stuff. A cat and a cowboy
like
hat.
It should be a Grateful Dead shirt, but it's Grapeful Dead, so there's just a bunch of grapes in the same pattern.
Yeah, I love that. That's really good.
I'm looking for that right now online.
Cody's like, I need a shirt. If you find it, let me know.
I will link it.
There's like a couple other shirts. There's one that says Wine Ant, which is I think fun. There's like there's a lot of shirts to pick from. You were allowed anything you'd like, band T-shirts, and all that type of fun stuff. There's a good since Christmas is coming. There's a good chunk of like ugly Christmas sweaters that are also in the mix as well.
I'm getting everybody t-shirts that say bridesmaid, and I will have the t-shirt that says bride.
You know what?
I brought the right person to come shop.
There's a couple of them are in colors that don't match. A couple of them don't match color-wise, so they're obviously from like different like bridal parties, but you can find enough for everybody.
Fantastic.
I love it. That's very good. That's a lot of fun. All right. All right. As you guys are perusing this shop, Ralph, out of the corner of your eye, you see somebody walk into the store, and actually everybody hears it because there is that old familiar bell sound as somebody enters the store. You take a quick look, and it kind of hits you all at once, but this is a familiar face, and you don't know why. You take a moment, you maybe go back to looking at the shirts, picking out your final bridesmaid shirts and putting them in the cart along with all of Stuart's things. And when you look back up, you don't see her anymore. Looking around the store very quickly, you can actually see her turn a corner that would enter into another section of the shop.
I'm definitely stealthing my way. While still shopping.
So just browsing. You're at like a.
To the left.
All right. Perfect. Do you go into the section that she went into?
Yes.
Okay. Now you are trying to be a little bit sneaky, so I do. I'll let you have a fun little act under pressure roll, which is plus cool.
Sounds about right.
You got experience, my dude.
Yep, that is an experience. So that is a failure.
That's really what you wanted for Christmas anyway.
The gift of character growth.
As you go to enter this room, you're trying to sneak around the corner, and a hanger actually catches on your jacket. And you end up almost pulling the entire rack down with you, which makes quite a bit of noise as you try to correct it back up onto the wall.
Came at me out of nowhere.
You know, that started it. I wasn't anywhere near it. Sorry.
You're like hunched over this rack of shit, and you're like, look at these savings!
Wow, so many. This shirt's only $1. I'm gonna take it.
Rack.
You do catch the attention of the woman, though, who wasn't actually as far in as you thought. Looking at her, you are reminded of the time before you left. You remember her as one of the other workers, or in a sense, kind of servants or slaves that helped Ballast. That's how it's pronounced. She's a little cautious at first, but I see you've made yourself maybe a home. Unless this is just a stop as you keep running.
That depends on how many friends you brought.
No one. Just me. I go by Coraline now. Never gave me a name, so I took one.
I like the name. I'm not sure if I've gone by this before or not, but Ralph. It's been a wacky few months.
Well, I wish I could say I was here for a visit. It took me some time to track you down. I'm not surprised. You were always fairly, stealthy. But, he's looking for you.
Sure he is. And the fact that you were able to track me down is concerning, half-past.
Well, I can tell you I left as well.
I was hoping to hear that, yes.
Well, I just wanted to come and give you a warning, Ralph. He's looking for you, and he's looking for the amulet. I think more so the amulet, but I'm not too sure what he'll do if he finds you.
Well, hopefully he won't duck.
He's been... Well, you know him. He never stops for a moment. He... always bringing someone back who doesn't want to come back. But, he's got new friends in his back pocket, and I'm not sure what they do, but... I figured...
Amazing how he's still able to make so many friends.
Well...
Pun intended.
It's a little slower now, but... And it takes actually a larger toll on him, so...
That is a small comfort.
I came here to give you a warning, and if you need help at all, I've been hiding out in the town over. It was kind of the easiest... I'm pretty sure I saw you speak with a neighbor, or at least around a neighbor, which is the only reason why I tracked you down, so... But more of us are leaving, or have been able to leave since you took the amulet, so...
Good. We may be able to actually, give him something to be concerned about. I'd appreciate your help. Do you have a phone? I can take your number down. We can. If you need help, I can reach out to my contacts, and I'm sure vice versa certainly would be appreciated.
Of course. Yeah, I managed to, yeah, I did manage to get myself a phone. And she quickly, like, just takes a piece of paper out of her pocket and, writes down her number for you. She lets you know that, also, that a couple others that left with her have also been staying with her. There's only, like, 3 of them in total, but there's at least 3 of them together in a group in the town over. It would be Townsville, where the town that Eli is in, so.
Alright.
Well, I won't keep you from your, shopping with your friend. I'm glad we got to talk, though.
Yes, it's refreshing to see someone who isn't as compelled as we both used to be.
It really is. Take care of yourself, Ralph. I'm sure we'll meet again.
Indeed. Take care of yourself. Stay hidden, of course.
Well, that's all we can really do. Also, one more thing before I forget. There was another sort of like us here, but not from him. I've met him once or twice. He goes by Bones? He goes to the college here.
Just goes by Bones. Okay.
He kind of helped us hide out, so if you find him, maybe he'll help out if you need him anymore. So.
Okay. We'll keep an ear open.
Of course. With that, she gives you a pat on the shoulder, and then, she moves to leave. She heads back out of the store.
while that was happening,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to look at toys for Ralph.
Okay. There's some old Power Ranger figures. There's like this one big stuffed bear that's bigger than you, most definitely. There's one of those this would be like a baby's kid toy, but I feel like they're at every single pawn shop I've ever gone to, where you pull the lever and it spins, and it's like it lands on an animal and it goes, the cow goes moo, and then it makes a noise.
So tempting.
I feel like there's one at every pawn shop I've ever gone to. So that's there. There's like a old sort of modeled train set. You definitely look at it and you're like, that is not a child's toy, but it's in with a child's toy.
That could be it. You know what? Yeah. Ralph likes to build things.
Oh, jeez, I can't.
Ralph likes to build things. Let's do that.
All right.
I just dump it in the thing and throw something over top of it
Okay.
to have Ralph see it. And then I'll go and rejoin my friend.
All right. Ralph, you come back to find Stuart putting more things into the cart and then putting some other stuff on top of it.
Don't look.
Okay.
I mean, obviously you know what it is. Just don't look.
Okay.
You okay?
Yes.
Sound as coy as ever, my dude. Okay, well, I'm set. Is there anything else you need from me?
Are they able to wrap these?
I mean, if we pay enough.
I mean, I suppose we need to find some wrapping paper too. Odds are they probably won't wrap it if we don't have wrapping paper.
Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna do gift bags, because it's easier.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not much for wrapping. Also, where's my oops, goddammit?
Sorry, I got distracted.
Pencil.
Sorry?
I dropped my pencil. I'm trying to buy you time here.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Let's see, I had a small list here. Let me go and find it.
Have a pre-done list for oopses, huh?
Yeah, I have to at this point. Okay.
Well, I do it every game, so it does make sense to have it. You're just lucky I don't abuse it like they
3
clearly let
times.
you.
Like the game actively, yeah.
Just says, oops, if you want to stumble across something important, tell the keeper. You will find something important and useful, but not necessarily related to your immediate problems. Like, there's no
Well,
limit.
the trick is, if you horribly abuse that, then keepers just start rattling stuff off and do nothing to remind you of what you got when it becomes important 3 hunts later.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's true.
Isn't that why Cody just, kindly limits himself to oopsing pretty much once a night?
No, I think I
exactly.
sat there and I was like, when's the session? Please. I only have a list of so many setup things, and I don't want to give them to you all right now.
Basically, every Wednesday I get a new toy or something.
Yep. And you know what? That's fine. Okay. What you see, you've been, Ralph, you noticed, had gone off, on his own for a little bit, probably just looking around the store, as far as you can tell. There were a couple other people in the store, so you're like, okay, it's whatever. As you were looking through, the toys, you could see one thing that felt a little out of place. And it was this sort of, you see everything around the store decorated for Christmas. There's, the ugly Christmas sweaters. There's tinsel up around the ceiling. Even there's some, little Christmas lights around as well. There's even a tree up by the cache that's just looks beautifully decorated. You see, in amongst the toys, this old kind of wooden mask. It's not the mask that you're thinking of. And it definitely.
Somebody stop me!
I'm not giving you that. No.
Come on, just for one
That's
second.
probably the smartest choice you've made as a DM thus far.
Not in this game, period, in your career.
Literally never gonna do anything better.
Not giving Stuart the mask is probably the best idea you could have ever come up with.
This mask has it has an old carved out face where you can see how the mouth sort of is in a bit of a smile, and there are gold like you'd think it's gold paint that matches around the eyes and goes across the face in a very sort of elegant design. It definitely, watching it and looking at it, you feel this kind of draw to it, but you're not too sure why. When you pick it up and look at it, you're looking at it straight on, and you feel that pull still. But as you turn it over, that feeling is gone.
It's really hard not to just throw everything on my face. Like, you keep giving me things that I can wear.
Yeah.
And just like, I want to throw that on fast. And so I do.
Rose, it's for a pawn shop. You should go home and wipe it down first.
I worked in a circus.
You put on this mask. It has an old sort of very like deep red ribbon that that is attached on either side, and that you pull back and you can tie at the back of your head. As you look around it, you don't get this any sort of tingly feeling as you put it on. It doesn't like quickly snap and morph to your face. None of that fun stuff. As you look around with it, and you kind of like look at the workers and the people, you can see one of the workers as she turns from what she's doing to look at you. And as she does, she pauses for a moment, and then she comes walking over to you. Is there anything I can help you with today?
No, I think I got everything, unless you got makeup lying about.
I think I have makeup in my purse.
No, that's okay.
Are you sure? I don't mind.
Yeah, it's cool. I was here. No, it's fine. It's good. This is a cool mask.
Yes, it's lovely.
Oh no.
Okay. No, I don't need any help. I'm just, I'm browsing, Christmas shopping. You know how it goes.
Of course. All right. If there's anything you need help with or assistance with, please let me know. And
Yeah.
she stands there.
Do you take like a step back?
Of course.
Like two more?
Yes, of course.
I'm obviously short. You're kind of towering over me.
I apologize. I don't mean to do that.
Yeah. Are you okay?
I'm perfectly fine.
I want to take off the mask for a minute.
Okay. There was nothing you needed. Okay, I'll be down in the next aisle if you need anything. And she goes back to...
Hey, hold on.
Yes?
I want to put the mask back on.
Is there anything I can help you with?
How am I looking today?
You look fantastic.
this is a weird mask. Hey, can you jump on one foot?
Yes, of course. And she lifts a foot and starts jumping on one foot.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Hey, how much is this mask?
That mask, I believe she's still hopping on one foot as she says this.
Oh, by the way,
Sorry?
you can stop jumping.
Oh, perfect, thank you. That mask, I believe, has a tag of, $13.
Okay. Can I get a better deal on it?
What would you like to pay?
Oh no.
I made a mistake.
It's fine. $13 good.
Perfect.
Moral dilemmas. Moral dilemmas. Uh-oh. Okay. Hey, you see my friend? Anywhere?
Which...
Fucking actor for...
I believe I saw him go into the other room.
Okay. Alright, well, you have a nice day. I'll see you around.
Of course, you too. And she waits.
I mean, you go about your business like usual.
Thank you. Yes, I'll go back to work. And she goes back to work.
Stuart's gonna put the mask with the train set under everything and go find Ralph.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys both come back together. Ralph after, of course, your conversation, and Stuart after having fun with the new mask.
Ralph, we need to go.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, cool. Let's get out of here, bud. We're buying the cart too, because we don't have time for this. Let's just go.
Here's
And on the way
$100. I'm out.
It's gonna be like $200. Stuart doesn't know what any of this stuff costs. $200, and then right out the door.
You can hear, like, the girl at the cash, who is a different girl from the one you talked with, Stuart. Or a different worker than the one you talked with. But, she's like, no, the cart's not for... You can't take the cart.
I leave the 100 that he gave me.
Oh.
That's the shuffle on behind him.
Okay. Have a good day. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. How do I put the cart through the cash register? And yeah, you guys walk out of the building with a cart full of stuff.
Somebody write that down. We'll use it for something later. You know we will.
Oh, yeah, I'm on it.
Cart full of stuff.
I mean, we say it's a cart full of stuff, but it's a cart full of stuff that Stuart plans on giving people for Christmas.
No. I may just mark down that we have a cart. We'll use a cart for something at some point.
Is it like a
okay.
Is it like a shopping basket or is it like one
No,
of those
it's like
handheld
it's
things?
no like it's not like a grocery store cart, so it's not huge. It's one of those like kind of smaller ones because even though the store is large, it's still a smaller one.
Yeah, like one of the ones from the dollar store.
Oh.
Yeah. Like James getting into this cart would be like very crouched in and trying to like huddle into it. Well, Stuart would probably fit perfectly.
Oh, we're definitely using that.
Jernia could probably
fuck
fit
shit.
as well. Jernia, I think, is fairly small.
Jernia's.
Yeah.
We're definitely using this for some fuck shit later.
At some point, we'll have an injured member and be trying to make an escape.
You'll
Be
have
pushing
the
him in
cart.
the cart.
James, why did you have to get hurt? You do not fit in the cart, I told you.
Legs hanging over the front.
Jernia just makes an ice path for it to travel.
Just
Now it's a
slide.
toboggan.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you guys could make it to... Jernia would be fucking great in winter. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I need a friend like Jernia. Okay, perfect. Are there anything else you two would like to do before I slide into somebody else?
Does Ralph have anything? Because Stuart's running home.
Yeah, no, I'll
Oh,
be
Steve.
running home.
There's like snow blowing behind from the Dinosaur. It's just like shoving this towards the tea and leaf. Okay.
Journey is just working, and all of a sudden, poof!
Come flying in with a cart. Don't look! Turn off to the side for your stairs to get to your house.
Okay.
I say that, but would Stuart actually do that?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah?
Stuart would.
Don't look! Keep going.
What?
Oh, okay.
So as far as you know, Jernia, it looks like Stuart and Ralph have come from shopping.
You have a good shop day.
Exactly it, yeah.
Uh-huh. Alright. If there's anything you two would like to do otherwise, please let me know. But, James.
Yes.
The last time you spoke with Odette, she gave you a necklace, that stopped you from, or she gave you an item. I believe it was a necklace. Or no, she gave you a symbol, sorry, on your upper arm, so that you would not be seen, whenever you use, your scrying spells, or your magic. She, said that she would come and find you again when she found more information on, what she promised you. Quincy, relayed the message that, Quincy has relayed the message to you, one time when you were visiting at the mansion that, Odette would like to set up a meeting whenever you're available. And
Okay.
wherever, is good for you, she would be able to meet you at.
Well, she's on the run, and she's already been here in town for a while. So where is she currently hiding?
Quincy, lets you know that, besides the tea and leaf, he has one other home that is, not of this plane, that, she has been staying at. It's, a place within, a few other worlds, basically, that he could, if you wanted, he could bring you there, but you would not be able to stay long. You'd be maybe able to stay there for a max of an hour.
Let's just meet her in a store parking lot somewhere there. Outside the Walmart or whatever.
Outside the...
Somewhere public where it's still easy to get somewhere away from everybody.
Yep.
I mean, you see two people standing in one corner of the Walmart parking lot talking, nobody really notices that.
True. Alright.
But Wookalore show up and try to eat them, you'd notice.
Alright. Quincy makes sure to, he plays middle ground for your conversations with Odette, mostly, just because it's easier for him to pass along the messages. And she says that she'll meet you there, whatever time of day, you are available for, be it morning, afternoon, evening, night kind of thing.
Noon's fine.
Noon's fine. And when you guys pick a day, she meets you there. When you get to the parking lot, when you get to the Walmart, we'll use that. We'll use Malwart, so it's not specific to any type of brand. And she's there early when you pull up. You can already see where she is. And she's on her own this time. You're not sure if it's her car, but the way she's acting and the way she's sort of leaning or standing near it, it kind of seems like it could be her car, but you don't even know if she drives.
No, I'll pull up apartments.
Alright. James, I'm very glad that you could make it. Thank you for seeing me.
Of course. You said you had more information for me?
I do. You were looking for your father. For your father. So.
Faja and his mother.
Faja and his mother. Oh, that's gonna get stuck in my head and watch me slip up into it. I have.
My work here's done.
Well, I gotta go. Sorry. I have found out where he is staying. It's not anywhere close by, unfortunately, and he's with others like him as well.
More than just the woman he picked up.
Yes. Not many. 2, 3. I mean, enough.
Children?
From the information that I got, yes, well, 1 children and probably 2 young adults. Late teens, early 20s kinds of thing.
And they're all like him. It's not that he's like nesting with some humans or something.
No. He met up with some humans once or twice, but I'm not too sure what he does when he sees them, but I can look into it.
If you can, I'd be curious to know what kind of business he's into.
Of course. Was there anything specific otherwise would you like me to find out while I'm looking into him?
If the child that he's with is his or not.
Okay.
And whether or not the mother was they're the same as he is.
Of course.
Or whether he's picked up someone else like my mother.
Of course, I can look into that. So, okay, if they're his, yes. I've only met him a handful of times, but, I'm not sure entirely what he does outside of helping, Adelia with the council business. To be honest, I'm not even sure what he does for her, but I'll look into that as well, and I can get you that information.
Okay. His abilities would make him useful for manipulating anybody that needed manipulating.
Of course. Well, if that's what he does, then... Well, there are a lot of things that he can do for her, then. He hasn't done anything for her recently, but... I hear along the wire that there is a chance that he may be called upon, but whether he will show up here or not, I'm not too sure.
If you hear that he's headed this way, please let me know.
Of course.
I'll need to warn everybody else then.
Of course. I heard from Quincy that you found the necklace that I was looking for, though, or at least where it is.
Yes, and I forget. Player forgets exactly.
That's okay.
I know we're here, Townsville's here, and it's over here at this other city.
Yeah, it was underground in what seems almost like a magical item museum of sorts.
I knew it was heavily guarded.
Yeah.
And warded.
Warded, guarded, and not... Most of the people in that town seem to be of not human in nature. And then, but there were a few here or there, almost like maybe as if, like people just, some of the people there in town ended up marrying other non-magical beings of sorts.
Well, modern day, it's hard to have a town and completely control who moves in.
Yep. If there is anything I can do to help you with that, I will try and look into that as well.
Right now, I'm just scouting it out via scrying, trying to get the guard rotations, that sort of thing. Trying to plot when a good time to go in would be.
Of course. I do thank you for this, James. I know it may end up being a difficult task.
Well, you found my old man for something I never managed to do, so.
Of course. It tends to help having people in, the highest of levels. I have a friend who lives, or has been at least watching him. If you'd like, I can give you his information and you could be in contact with him as well.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And she does. She rattles off the number for you so that you can put it in your phone. He says that his name is Craig, or at least that is the name he is using now. Just tell him that Odette is the one that gave you the number, and he'll give you all the information that you need.
Thank you. Is there a timetable that you need this item by?
No. The sooner the better, but the sooner I am free from the council, the sooner I can help you all on a more frequent basis. I have many skills that unfortunately were taken advantage with the council, but I cannot fight, but I can help you all as best as I can.
Well, every fighting force needs support. You'll just be logistics.
Yes, I can. If you need a face for anything, I can also do that. I don't believe I've told any of your group this before, but I can take memories and insert new ones, happier ones. Well, the ways the council works is technically we're a group of... The easiest way to call us would be Reapers. Most of us are just simply here to help people pass on, or travel them down to what you would count as hell, or take them up to heaven. I am there to help people before they die. I appear to them and they can confess their sorrows to me, and I can take those memories from them. That way they pass on better. That would be how I helped Morgan remember his dream.
So you can dig out buried memories as well.
Yes.
Interesting.
So, I'm not good at fighting, but I can at least help get information if something is lost.
Well, it definitely seems like it'd be useful considering things this group gets into.
Mm-hmm. You guys want to have the detective forget that Cassie let slip that they broke into a building? Yeah, she could take that. Uh-huh.
Y'all stole a fire truck? No, we didn't.
I don't know what you're talking about. But yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. But, I will make sure to look into, seeing if the child that is with your father is, his son or daughter. I didn't look into what they all were, but I will double check.
That's fine. I'm just curious. The woman he ran into seemed to be the reason he, well, the woman he ran into was the one that ordered my mother to jump off a bridge, so I'm curious if he was finding one of his own kind.
As far as I can tell, he wasn't with a woman. Well, at least a woman that... or an older woman. An adult. These were all young, as far as I could tell. Maybe one was 8, the other 2 between 18 and 25. Give or take.
Oh, well, I can show you who you need to be looking for.
You can?
Yes. And he will share the memory that he got from his mother.
Oh, okay.
She was in the hotel room when his father returned with his woman with the same gold eyes and blonde hair that his father had.
Okay.
Who told her to go jump off the bridge? And,
all right.
They were in New York, and she, it wasn't the closest bridge, but it was the only one she knew where it was, so she was walking to it. The cop stopped her from actually jumping off.
All right. James, that is a hard memory to hold on to.
Now imagine it's the only memory you have of your father.
I will look into this woman separately. I have not seen her before myself, but I will make sure to look into her. If she is like your father, then there's a good chance she won't be very hard to find. At least for Craig, for the one I work with.
Does he keep like a list of supernaturals?
Sort of. He...
Am I on Craigslist?
No! I didn't mean it like that! Wait!
I was slowly working around that this whole
Oh,
time.
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I didn't even think of that. I was just like, he needs a name. Craig.
As soon as you said Craig,
Somebody give me a timestamp.
God. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. We have magical Craigslist. It is fine. No one's going to complain.
You know what? That's fine. Well, I would hope that you're not on his list. He's a hunter of sorts. And, a hunter as in, he does not shoot to capture, he shoots to kill.
Yeah, the old man's probably got it coming.
I will, I'm mad at myself for that, for not even thinking about it. Oh, boy. Alright. Alright. For now, I will do my best to get that information to you as soon as possible. If you need to get information to me, just tell Quincy and he will get it to me as soon as possible.
Will do.
Thank you again for this, James.
We're doing each other favors, that's fine. A fair exchange, no robbery.
Exactly. Unless there is anything that you need of me right now, I will be on my way.
No, I think we're good.
Perfect.
If I don't see you before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas.
Yes, you as well.
I mean, if you worship Christmas,
Worship Christmas.
If you
is
observe
right.
Christmas.
You said it right the first time. It's fine.
Perfect. As she gives a little laugh and a little nod at that, and when you go to get back into your vehicle, when you look back at the vehicle that she was leaning against, the vehicle is still there, but Odette is nowhere to be seen.
Ooh, the Batman.
It's Batman. Mm-hmm. And actually, with your eyes, what you can notice, it's almost like a shimmering pool in the air that you can see just slightly shifting. You can't see through and into it, but you can see the aura that is around there before it kind of spins in and, like, closes up. And, Odette is Batman. Okay.
James gets in the truck, drives off.
Alright. Is there anything you would like to do, afterwards that?
He would go home and put up his Christmas tree.
Alright.
We're talking like it's getting close to Christmas, so.
Yep.
It's in November.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, put up the Christmas tree, put his stocking by the fireplace. You know, put his mother's up. She's been gone a while, but that's just where it goes.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Alright. Okay. With that, we're gonna take a quick 10-minute break. Everybody, get up, stretch your legs, take a drink. We'll come back in about 10 minutes with some more party stuff.
Man, the Craigslist thing's really bothering you. You gotta take a break.
I gotta go, like, take a breather very quickly. So, 10 minutes, and we'll see you guys back there soon. Ta-da! everybody. Welcome back to Monster of the Week. Thank you for that quick 10-minute break. We're glad that you guys stuck around. It was good to just take a little break for everyone and get some drinks, get some popcorn, you know, the fun stuff. Alright, I spoke a little quickly with my party and, or my players, and Jernia, you have been chosen for sacrifice.
It's not the first time.
I promise it'll be quick. Actually, just need to fix something. Sorry.
Not painless, but quick.
Painless. Nope, yeah. It'll go. You know. Alright.
Hurt a little.
Hurt a little. Jernia, you have still, kept in contact with Ash and, her friends, and, this is one of those days where, she comes back to visit you. She comes back, she leaves a little note for you in your book, or your paper that she gave to you. That she will be arriving, within the evening the next day. She asks you to bring something warm to wear, because she would like to take you somewhere.
Just right. ... You know where I live, right?
She responds with, just be sure to, bring boots, and a hat and some mittens. And a jacket, of course, but just the smaller stuff to be sure.
Jernia immediately goes to Walmart, or Mallwart, sorry, and goes to get, like, a big, thick coat. Those boots with, like, the little thing on it, on the end. Little tennis racket.
Tennis racket. Boots with the fur. Yep,
The fact that I also went with boots with the fur when he started talking about boots.
Listen, if anybody's gonna be fashion in the group, it's gonna be Jernia. Please. Ori needs a friend. I'll buy you a nice outfit.
Ori, I don't think Ori knows warm, because he himself is warm.
No, you're right. Yes! Jorts with the fur. I love that. No. Steve?
No.
Yes.
She gets some, like, long johns, and she gets, like, some really nice warm pants to go, to wear over them.
Perfect.
Gloves, scarf, all that stuff.
Beautiful.
Little, like, not a cap, but like this thing.
A toque?
No, the headphones thing.
Oh, earmuffs.
Earmuffs, that's it. I don't work in the snow, okay?
Me sitting here like that. You know these. You just get a pair of like Beats by Dre.
Just get some Beats and just like wear them. Like this works, right?
These are earmuffs, yeah. All right. When Ash arrives, she is in some of her normal attire, from what you recognize. When she sees you, she smiles and, Jernia, how has the fire training been going?
Well, I wanted some help because I actually wanted to do something at the mansion. There's something that I wanted to do, and I think tracing it in fire would help.
You want to do something at the mansion and do...
Huh?
Okay, perfect.
I'm sorry, I don't want to like interrupt whatever. And she kind of like wiggles her outfit. This is...
No, I don't know why that zombie keeps showing up, but he keeps...
I don't know why he's so big!
Otter, every time, you're just here to torture me. Now, I do believe that was a boon for the party. If you would just, please... He shouldn't be popping up at all. He's here just to put you in pain.
Omnipresence.
We got rid of him last week. We did get rid of him last week. Sorry, please, Otter, was that a boon for the party? Or a
That was for Ralph.
That was a boon for Ralph? Okay. Sorry, hold on. I want to just go and look at something, because I realized that was the one thing I didn't put up. So we got a player boon for Ralph. Perfect. I am going to hold on to that for a moment. I'm going to figure out something for you, Ralph, and then
Much obliged.
and then I will get that for you. All right. Okay, sorry. Jernia, Ash. She does this little like clap, and she's like, "Perfect. You brought warm clothing. It'll be very good for where we're going."
Yeah, yeah, well, I guess we'll do that when we get back. Sure.
Of course. I will help you without a doubt. I bring you something interesting. Alright. Ash, opens the door back for, the store to lead out, back into the, snow. Even though she is pretty, like, she is just in a sort of, like, jean jacket and a pair of regular pants, you can tell, watching her, that she, the cold doesn't bother her. The cold never bothered her anyway. I'm gonna get there myself. But, she, lets you out and then goes out herself and then shuts the door. She waits for you to lock it for the day, I'm going to guess, unless you have Doll working for that day.
I would have Doll working, yeah.
Okay. Doll,
like, Doll would probably be the closer unless, like, there's something specific he needed to do.
Of course. Okay. Then Doll is there to take over shop actions.
I'll be back, Doll. Have fun.
Ash leads you down the street and towards the forest line before she stops at a particular tree. The tree that you see before you is definitely one of the older trees in the area. You can tell that whenever this area was first starting to plant trees, this was probably one of the first. It is very large, and you can tell it's kind of in the stages of dying, but at the same time, it still holds extremely strong. Jernia, I'm going to take you somewhere. Normally, we don't take people, but I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay.
This magic, you may not come to learn right away. You need to master things first, but... and Ash leans forward and puts both of her hands on the tree. You can see how her hands start to glow red. I'm sorry. Please hold.
I've got it.
It's too late.
Yep.
Apologies. Ban. I hate that.
You're very quick at it, though.
I am very quick at it. I saw it. The dumb thing is like, people that are doing that, if you look at the chat, I have that statement banned in 2 different ways of typing because they're constantly using different symbols.
Slightly different phrasings.
Slightly different phrasings. Specific, like, and it's just interesting.
They're bots.
It's wild.
You catch them as they come up and...
Yep.
Ban them from the channel and call it a day.
Thankfully, I've rarely had that problem on Tuesdays because I think I know how to ban stuff, but I haven't really had to do it.
I know, I learned the hard way very quickly. Sorry, she puts her hands on the tree, her hands begin to glow, and you can see... I want to be famous. Take me back to Vine Days. And you can hear and even smell the way that the tree is burning under her hands. But it doesn't spread. And then before you know it, she pulls her hands back. And she ushers you towards the tree.
What's this?
This is a doorway. I promise you will not smack into it. And if anything, Harry Potter stole this from us. So, please step through the tree.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but now that you mention it, she's saying as she's walking through.
Perfect. You walk through and, it's dark for a moment before you blink a couple times and a new scene comes before your eyes. The cold hits you instantly. Now, Jernia, you use ice magic, mainly. This cold still slightly bothers you. It is cold to a point where it almost hits right at the beginning stages of where your magic lies. It hits you right in, like, your core. And as you look around, you can see one person standing on what looks like a cliff. This place is full of snow. You are on a mountaintop. And the winds are howling around this person at the cliff's edge.
I look back. Did Ash just stay there?
No. She followed you through.
Okay. She just sticks her head out like, bye!
Yeah, pretty much. Have fun. Good luck! Disappears.
What?
No. No, she wouldn't do that. Now, I'm sorry for the wind. And she walks forward and up towards the figure that is standing at the cliff's edge, and she quickly pats his shoulder. As he turns, you recognize this man. He is an older gentleman. You recognize him as Percy from when you met the Council of Wizards. You kind of hear, like, muffled conversation before the wind on this mountaintop dies down, and Percy and Ash both walk back towards you. I apologize. When I get lost in thought, sometimes I just let the wind take over. I recognize you from last time. You're Jernia, right?
Yeah, that's me.
I know Ash introduced us, but I am Percy. I am in charge of wind. Well, at least those who know wind.
Oh. You just kind of appear on a mountain?
I visit here sometimes.
Where is here?
Well, here. You know what?
Am I on Everest?
No. We're not in your plane of existence.
Okay.
This is ours. And, he holds out his hand for you to take, and then he just leads you towards the cliff's edge. Looking out over this cliff, you can see that it is split into 4 different types of areas. There is this sort of mountainous region where snow covers and it is windy, even though it doesn't seem like this would be a windy area. Off to the left, you can see a very, a sort of deserty place. It looks hot where that is, and you can see even down the sand hills that people seem to be almost surfing across them.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm. Off to the right, you can see, you can see a very sort of open-watered area with islands here and there in between, where surfing in that area really does make sense. And you can see people, though you can't see what they're surfing on. They're just on the water, and they're all moving extremely quickly. And then across from you is a very sort of thick and jungled area. Even looking at it, it feels like you could start sweating because of how hot it looks over there. This is...
Is that Jolt?
Huh?
Never mind.
This is... You know, most people with your skills tend to come from areas like this. This is our world, these are our homes. Sasha...
Wizardland?
Yeah. In simpler terms, yes, this is Wizardland.
Huh.
In the watery area over there, that is where Sasha leads their people and teaches the young how to deal with their water and all their works. Over to right in the sandy desert area, Ray leads. She leads like an iron fist, but everyone loves her there. Across in the jungled area, that is Ash's home. Ash just kind of gives a little smile and a wink. And this is my home.
It looks like the wind could be, like, anywhere, really. The wind could be over there. Maybe not the jungle so much, but, like, in the desert, in the water. That's a hurricane, I guess, but, you know. Seems like you're the most adaptable here.
A lot of people with skills in wind will move across the other lands and will find home, loves, and family. But a lot of us are a little more specific in how we live, so we will stay here. But I don't. Wait, stop! Jason. You stop that. I don't even think when I say these things, okay? I'm being attacked on my own game.
This is a disaster.
Tonight's the night. Tonight's the night I kill James.
That just means I bring John in.
You know what?
John Modison? Again?
Yeah, you know what? That man hits like a truck and I'd rather him right now. No, I'm kidding. I love James, actually. Fuck. We don't stay up on the mountain. We don't live on the mountain. This is just the area that I like the most. If you look down the cliff a little bit, you will see cities in every single place.
Is this what you're trying to lead me towards, or do you just want me to... I don't know.
Ash said you can do fire. You've managed to pick it up.
Yeah, I'm not great at it, but I mean, yeah. And she just kind of like holds her hand out and little...
Percy pauses for a moment and he watches your hand before turning to Ash and gives her a little bit of a nod. Well, seeing as you can work with that, why don't we try some wind?
Sure.
Your uncle was more along the lines of wind. But...
Huh. I didn't know that. I didn't know a lot about him.
Your Uncle Salvatore and I were great friends. One day I will tell you all that I knew of him.
I hope so. That would be nice.
Perhaps we can meet for tea. But for now, you know ice, so water will probably come easiest to you. But you have picked up fire, and let us try wind.
She wrist pockets her focus out of thin air.
Perfect. When it comes to wind, it can be anger, it can be calm, it can be any emotion. As you said, we are one of the most adaptable for being anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Wind definitely comes with movements, but you can really do nothing and it still happens. Here. And he steps closer. Listen, hold on. Fart notes. I can't. Anybody who watched Legend of Korra will understand what I'm saying. Perfect. Alright. He steps closer beside you and he, slouches his shoulders a little bit and a furious wind picks up. With your jacket, you would almost be afraid of it catching, the wind catching you and literally tossing you off this cliff. But just as it almost feels like it's moving you, it stops.
Okay. Were you just thinking of throwing me off the cliff, or what?
Well, the jacket does help in that. It's like a parachute that you're wearing.
Sure.
But no, that wasn't my intent. And even if I did, say, accidentally knock you off the cliff, I would, I'd catch you.
This is my second time meeting you.
I guess that's not a good second impression. I promise I won't knock you off the cliff.
Okay.
I'll say that now.
Okay. Do I just think of something or nothing?
You can think of whatever you like. You have your uncle's focus. It was his, right?
Yes.
You already have a red bead. And I'm sure with your uncle, in your family line, wind won't be a difficult thing to master, but wind can be protective, wind can be aggressive. Wind can be a lot of things. Try, the snow here is light. Just try a slight breeze to lift some of the snow off the ground. And as he says that, the wind around you completely goes to a halt. There is not even a breeze.
Cheronia has the focus in her hand.
Mm-hmm.
She sits there. She thinks about making scones with Cassie,
Mm-hmm.
with scrying with Ralph. I'm sorry, James. Not Ralph at all, actually.
Nothing to do with Ralph.
Nothing.
Fuck Ralph.
The first investigation with Stuart that we had together, just lets that be the gentle breeze.
Perfect. All right. We're gonna do some magic. Please, roll with weird. That is a 9, I believe. Yep. Perfect. All right. With between a 7 and 9, and you rolled with a 9, it is a mixed success. So as you start up this wind, it starts soft. You can even feel it starting soft before it definitely picks up a little too hard. and there is a quick gush that Percy wears a sort of oh my gosh, what are those jackets called? Not a suit jacket. It's the longer ones that go to the knees, Maddie. Is it just a jacket?
A waistcoat?
A waistcoat?
Wait, what are you looking for?
Nah, Percy, it's, you'd wear it over a suit and it would go to your knees. You'd wear it in the cooler weather. I think it's just a suit coat.
An overcoat.
An overcoat, thank you. It's like a type of coat.
It depends on what it looks like. If it looks like it should be kind of part of the suit, it's an overcoat. But if it's just a long coat that you wear, it could be a pea coat, it could be a trench coat.
We're just gonna go with overcoat.
Duster.
A dust, yeah.
Duster.
Yeah.
It really depends because it depends on what you're looking for. So.
Okay. We're gonna go with an overcoat because Percy's a classy man. Thank you. Because I don't have a brain. And it actually sort of like flares the ends of his overcoat. Okay. That was
a breeze?
It was yes, it was. I can't say it wasn't. You moved the snow, which is exactly what I asked. It was very hard, but you did extremely well. Try again, and whatever you thought of seemed to work.
I have a lot of friends back where I am, I'm sure you know.
I do.
Some of them can be hard-headed, and I don't think about them.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the other ones, I have nice memories with, and those are the ones I choose to think with, even if they also give me a hard time sometimes.
Well, sometimes having the memory of your friends and being sure to keep them safe is definitely the right steps. Try again.
I'm gonna do something before we start this again, and she's gonna try to like turn the thing over, try to make like a little blade out of it, and then as she focuses.
Okay, perfect. All right. You can try again. Take a +1.
It's a good thing I made an anchor.
Yeah. But it's still a mixed success.
Yeah.
With a 7. Okay. Maddie redeemed a hydrate. So, everybody take a sip of your drinks. There we go. Stay hydrated, friends. Alright. As you start up, it's sort of the same effect as you try to lift the snow. This one's a little bit rougher as it kind of, like, hits you in the face with a lot of force. And if you hadn't had yourself anchored, you could feel yourself moving down a little bit, but you've got yourself stuck. So you're okay.
Good thing I did this.
Alright. Again. One more time. And take the +1 going forward again.
At the last minute, she's like, "Fuck you, Ralph!"
Well, that is a success.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like Ralph is the wind beneath their wings.
This time, as you're working the wind, you can see the way the wind swirls and comes down and catches snow, and it moves up like in a swirl, and you can sort of, as you're watching it, it almost is as if it's following the path of your eyes. You can hear a deep, like, clap. I can't do it right now. Like, I can't do it right now, it's fine. From, Percy as he watches. Very good, Jonia.
Huh.
You are definitely your
So
uncle's
cool.
niece. Wind definitely is something that I was not surprised that you could handle.
Feels like I'm
Everyone,
focusing a lot more than I should.
it's always good to keep focus and stay focused. You still have 2 more of us to meet with, and there's a good chance Ash will be the one to lead you to them.
Do you like the tour guide? Looking back at Ash.
Ash just nodding her head. She's like, yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But, anytime you would like to meet with me, just write in your note for Ash, and she will take you to me.
Still have the snow drifting around. This is pretty cool.
Your uncle would be proud of you.
Think so?
I know
so. The snow immediately falls.
I know so. Your uncle and I were close. I'd like to talk with him, or I'd like to talk to you about him one day.
I would like that a lot.
For now, you should head back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. Be well.
She puts it up and wrist pockets her thing back into her pocket dimension.
Ash claps a hand on your shoulder and is like, alright, let's go. You want something at the mansion?
Huh?
You wanted something at the mansion?
Yes! Yes! Sorry. Yes. Totally forgot. Wind around me, thinking of people I shouldn't be thinking of. Yes! Yes, I should. Yes.
Alright. And back through the portal you're able to go. And, back to the mansion. What did you want help with?
So, I've been going through books at the Tea and Leaf.
Of course.
They're not great, of course, but they're something.
Yes.
There's something about...
I know. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
No, I messed something up. It's fine.
Okay.
Why is it's not coming back though? That's interesting. I don't know why it's not coming back. The cams went black for some reason, and that's unfortunate.
You didn't happen to minimize your Zoom call, did you?
By accident. Is that what did it?
Yep. So just expand it back out.
I did.
I have no idea.
It's okay. We're all here in spirit. It's okay. We'll figure it out.
It's wild that all our light bulbs just went out at the same time.
Yeah, I can't believe it. It's like a storm. Alright,
Across
sorry.
all of North America.
We'll continue this conversation while I'm doing this. So, okay, books, store, yes.
Yeah, there is one about barring people from a certain place, and I want to make sure that Catfell and their ilk don't make it this way.
Alright. So you want to...
Like the perimeter around, the mansion. It's a big, so that's why I go for people who know big.
I know big. So you want to put up a sort of shield?
Yeah. To specifically bar access.
Okay. Well, I can help with that. That's not an issue, though I can't make any promises that they'll forever get past it. Oh, okay. It's back. I'm sorry. Everyone's back. You can all wave and say hi. Perfect. Okay. Apologies. Yes, I can help with magic doing that. It will probably take some time, but without an issue, I can do that.
Okay. That's fire, right? Because I want it to burn when they try to do that.
Of course. You guys spend some time together working on this, and with Ash's help, we're not going to worry about doing any rolls. She helps you manage to put up the shield, and she tells you at least once a day that you will have to go back and put a little bit of magic into it, just to keep it charged, so that if someone comes across it, they'll stop.
Of course.
It's as easy as putting your hand on the shield and for about 5 minutes, putting your magic into it, and then it will be good for another 24 hours. If you miss putting magic into it, it will weaken to a point where something can probably get through, but they'll still take damage. After 72 hours, the shield will fall if you don't recharge it.
Good to know.
Okay.
I like to think I'm pretty diligent about these things. So, but would it just be me, or would it be like if I tried to teach somebody else magic?
Well, as long as they have an affinity for some sort of magic, I could see not having an issue with it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. That's all. I have a lot to think.
Of course. Be well, Jernia. And
You
Ash.
too, Ash.
And Ash goes back through the front door, using the magic to go back to her place.
Immediately just has a hand on the thing, like even though it's been like a minute. At this point, she's just feeling it like, kind of like percolate.
Perfect. All right. Cassie. Okay. Ansel has decided that he wants to take you out on a date. A dinner of sorts. He takes you out to one of the towns over so that you can eat. So you can both eat a nice meal. Ansel also does eat with you, even though you know he doesn't need to actively always eat. It's light conversation before he pauses for a moment. Cassie, I've recently received a letter and I'm afraid it's not entirely that good. My mother sent a letter. Cassie, you have met this woman one other time, and she showed nothing but disdain for you. She's her way of politely saying, basically, is you're not good enough for her son. You know her name is Aleda, A-L-E-D-A, so you can have that. I apologize. My father is ill, and she's asking for me to come home, and I know for a fact that she is going to ask me to think about taking his position on the council. And I know you know what that means.
Of course I do. It means that we can't be together unless, well, you turn me or we just don't be together anymore.
You know that's not what I want. I don't not want to be together. As much as I enjoy the affections from Stuart, it's quite entertaining. And I know you hate it, but you can't not say that it's fun to watch sometimes.
There are times where it is amusing. I don't know, perhaps it's because of your mother's disdain for me not being like you that I have troubles accepting what he might consider as just friendly, platonic interaction. I know that as I am, I'm not enough for you. I know that. I don't make any sort of secret about it. But I also know that if you offered, I wouldn't say no.
I know we've had this conversation before, and I know I was against it. But if I can't be here to help protect you, and something happens, I don't think I could live with the idea of you not being around.
And I don't suppose that your mother's opinion of me will change if I were to change.
Oh, you know it wouldn't. She's a bit of a bitch, but she's still my mother, and as much as I would say I'd go against her, I couldn't go against my father's wishes. At least he likes you, right?
Of course, there is that. Your father's always been the more, shall we say, level-headed of the two. But I don't think going with you now is really gonna endear any sort of change to the situation at hand. So, what are you suggesting?
I'm going to go visit my family, see how my father is doing, and see if something is going to happen within a day, weeks, months. I'll be gone a few days. I'll be back before Christmas, so we can celebrate that. But as much as my mother would hate it, I am not against turning you, if that is what you want.
I mean, not to put too fine a point on it, Ansel, but I figured out that you were gonna be the last person I was gonna be with, whether you turned me or not. About 2 years ago.
You say that, but you turn, there's a lot of life left ahead of you.
And I can't picture anybody else that I'd want to spend it with.
Sorry. Well, let's finish our dinner. Enjoy our time. I will go visit my family. I will get my father's blessings for it. Because even if turning a human is not a council protocol, and usually someone being taken into the ranks is a council decision, Father is the head of the council. So if I get his permission, we don't even need to worry about my mother. There will be a lot of changes.
and I'll face each one of them with you.
Alright. Eat your food before it gets cold.
Alright. And then Cassie will finish eating. During the last week or so, because approaching Christmas, she has been also ordering things off of Amazon.
Okay.
For the group for Christmas, because
Yep.
she doesn't really leave. Mostly because, especially after receiving that, she's been spending as much time with Ansel as she can before he has to go. But she's gotten, like, movies for Ralph. She's gotten some magic trick stuff for Stuart.
Okay.
She thinks she's funny, and she bought Morgan devil-themed lingerie. She thinks she's funny.
Oh, God. Morgan's like, I already have a pair. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's fine. She's still getting him a pair. For James, she picks up one of the lesser-known books of the occult.
Okay.
That she's not sure if he has, but she picks it up for him anyway.
Okay.
And for Jarnia, she picks up 2 things. One is a joke. The other one is actually a serious gift.
Okay.
The joke gift is a adult-sized Elsa costume.
Yeah.
And the real gift is a set of wine glasses. It follows the same, like, ice motif, but it's just, like, it's as if, like, the ice is crawling up the wine glass. So it's just, like, a really nice... This one is not meant as a joke.
Yeah.
Like, this was actually thought out, and on each glass, it has... So she buys her 6, and each glass has one of their names on it.
Okay.
So, like, engraved, like, crystal engraved on the glasses.
Perfect. I picture Jarnia putting on the Elsa dress and instantly goes on, like, a power trip. Like, yeah, I am the queen. What of it? I enjoy that idea. I think it's funny, but if she's like, she puts on the dress, she's like, I am a bad bitch, huh?
The wind starts blowing.
Yes! I am making all of you too
now.
powerful. I feel it in my fucking bones.
She picks up a couple, like, different books for Ansel, but those are private gifts that she'd give to him later.
Okay. Perfect. Alright.
But all of it gets delivered to the Tea and Leaf, because you can't really have it delivered out into a house in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Could have it also delivered to Stuart's apartment, who's upstairs, but I don't trust Stuart to not open it.
No, she gets delivered to the Tea and Leaf, and she tells Jarnia they're coming, and then knows that they won't get opened.
Yeah. Jarnia makes, like, little ice cages over them so that no one touches them.
Stuart sees the box and is like, what you got there?
A smoothie. A smoothie.
I feel like, okay, tell me if I'm right or wrong with this. Stuart is definitely, like, the person that always went searching for presents, no matter what. If there was any hint of, like, I know where presents could be, I enjoy the idea of Stuart just running around the mansion looking for shit.
How would he look for presents if Santa's got them?
That's true. You're right.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Sorry. That's right.
Never mind.
Alright. Morgan. We had a little bit of a conversation about getting in contact with our favorite friendly Crossroads demon. You get the text from Ansel, or did I say Ansel? I feel like I said Ansel because I read Ansel somewhere. You get the text from Ori, apologies, saying that he's willing to meet you up at any time and just let him know the time and place.
Okay. We can, like, have a little breakfast at a cafe.
Okay. Do you stay in this town or do you go out of town?
Oh, we can stay in town.
Okay. Little breakfast at a cafe. So, you're at the cafe, and actually, it's been months. That cafe that got blown up by the Tea and Leaf is now back up and running. It's gotten a fresh coat of paint, new tables, new everything. They've even expanded and made more of a menu, so it's not just like a little coffee shop. You can get small little like breakfast plates, lunch plates. They don't really serve dinner, but for some of the smaller things, you can go there for it. You're there. You've grabbed a coffee maybe ahead of time, and you hear that familiar rev of Ori's motorcycle as he's coming down the road. You can see him park and get off his bike, put the helmet in a spot, and move over to the cafe. He gets himself a coffee before he comes to sit with you. Morgan, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Ori. Listen, from that last time that you helped us, I believe that there is something that we need to discuss.
Of course. The, good old friendly contract.
Yes. I believe we have to renegotiate.
You're not wrong.
Since it seems our previous terms fell through a little bit.
You're telling me.
Okay.
But I'm already telling you, our usual contract is off the table.
Mm-hmm.
You have Doll. I'm not stepping in that.
It's work. I don't want you to worry about that.
Well, it's not just fun for me anymore. I have someone, so.
I see.
It's Stuart. No, it's not.
Always Stuart.
It's always Stuart. No, I have someone, so I'd prefer not. It's a bit of the jealous type, so I don't want to step. I don't want him to step on your toes.
Another demon, is it? You have a type.
You're not wrong, but that's not what this conversation is.
Alright.
But on the topic of it, perhaps we could set up a double date? Like, me, him, you, and Dol.
I mean, I'm not opposed.
That would be fun. I'd love that. But either way, contract. So, what'll it be?
Well, since the usual bargain is off the table, why don't you throw some things my way and I'll either humor you or make it more realistic.
I want to be friends. And real friends, not this fake friend type. No, I'm kidding.
Fake friend? Okay.
I'm kidding. Actually, there's someone I need to meet, but they've been avoiding me.
Understandable.
No, understandable. I'm wounded, Morgan.
Wait, what is he wearing right now?
We have to ask every time.
We have to ask every time. Let's see.
Requirement.
It's a requirement. Let's see what I have in the banks for Ori clothing. There's that. Okay, let's go with You know what? It's nothing overly bad. It's very simple. It's just like a black t-shirt, black pants. He's got a long plaid thing. He knew he was meeting with you, so he decided to dress a little bit more your style. What?
Is he
That's
sick?
acceptable.
Yeah, he's running a fever right now. You just can't tell.
Demons are naturally warm.
So that doesn't help all the time. Half the time he doesn't even notice when he's sick until he's throwing up. Anyway, I'm sure you've realized Dahl has a brother, right?
Yes, that was a surprise to me.
You see, I knew I recognized Dahl when I saw him. I just couldn't pinpoint why. I worked with his brother for a little bit.
Okay.
I need to get back in contact with him, but I have no way to do it.
So you want me to talk to Dahl, to talk to him, to talk to you?
Like a weird game of telephone, but yes. Or just get him in a place so I can get to him, and I can meet him.
Corner him like a rabid animal and just tell you to come over?
He bites, but yes.
I'm not surprised they're brothers.
The thing is the only reason I can't get into contact with him myself is because, well, conflicting jobs. He's above and I'm below.
Okay.
Now, I know Dahl is also more like us than like him, but the thing is he can at least feel when his brother is near. So, if I can, I would like to, well, get into contact with him.
Okay. I will talk to Dahl about it and see what I can do.
Perfect. Well, that's all I need.
All right. Besides what you consider a real friendship.
Please. We were just for fun in the past. Why can't we be friends now?
I don't see why not.
Plus, I really like you, Morgan. And not just relationship-wise. You were always there for me as a friend. I tried to be there for you, and you needed it.
And I do appreciate your help.
Well,
You literally are always there when I call.
you see, I have friends, but if I can skip out on some of them for someone else... I'd rather.
I understand.
But
Alright.
besides signing a sheet of paper, and us enjoying our breakfast, and us planning for a double date, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Is there anything else you need me to do, Morgan?
Since we're such good friends, they just brought out a really nice fresh tray of muffins, and I could do with
The whole tray? Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
See, you know me, Ori. You got it.
Morgan, you haven't changed in the slightest. And
Oh,
actually, You know I'm not a bad baker, so I will get you these muffins, and I will bring you some of my baking.
Excellent.
I was about to say, you used to like it. Don't tell me you don't want it now.
No?
I'll even bring some for Doll. Actually, I am bringing some for Doll, so don't eat it all.
You'll have to fight me.
I will bring a separate basket then. For now, and he reaches into, his plaid shirt that definitely, you know, would not have pockets on the inside, and pulls out a, scroll parchment. Everything that you both talked about is on this paper already. And then there are 2 spots to sign. Ori takes out a pen as well from his jacket and quickly...
You know how you sign these. They're blood contracts.
You know, some things do need to be taken out of the actual thing. I'm tired of stabbing my hand. He takes the pen
Don't stab your hand then. That hand will be out of commission if you stab that hand. Do you know how meaty your forearm is? Stab your forearm.
Yeah, but then it hurts for like 3 days. He stabs his forearm with the...
You're still as much of a baby as you were before.
Listen, I'm my own thing now. Don't even say that. I have feelings, you know. He nicks his forearm and with the pen and quickly signs his name. You can see his full name. It says more than just Ori. You can see the way the liquid quickly seeps into the paper before reappearing as a solid signature that can't be wiped away. And then he hands the pen to you and rotates the paper to you.
And I will, I'll just, like, kind of poke the top of my finger and just kind of press my finger to the paper.
Perfect. Yours does the same thing, and, your name appears. Okay,
Don't you love a good... Oh, don't you just love a good blood contract at Juice and Java Cafe?
Not really.
I do.
I'm gonna go get those muffins, and then we'll eat breakfast.
Alright.
And that's what you guys do. And, with that, it's 10. Just closes the stream off. No. I'd like to, of course, always thank our sponsors, dndbeyond.com and Lucky Dice Cafe. Do not forget, Friday is Adventure Night, so be sure to check that out and join our main DM here on Dire Bear, Cap, for some fun monthly adventure time. Well, I say adventure time, but, you know, it's just a monthly adventure within a time. We do also have a YouTube and a Patreon. Our YouTube has all of our past shows, current shows, and future shows to come. Because I continued that with an and I didn't know where I was going with it. And of course, if you would like to support us and enjoy what we do and what we make, and would like to learn more about D&D, learn how to build worlds, build NPCs, write stories, be sure to check out our Patreon. As well, I love to thank my players. Thank you for coming on this beautiful beach trip with me. Of course, we've got Steve as Ralph. We've got Molly as Morgan. I just about called Stuart just Stuart. We've got Cody as Stuart. Jason as James.
I get right in the character.
You do. It's like you're the same person. I don't know who you are anymore. We've got Jason playing James. We've got Jeremy playing Jernia, and we've got I just about said Cassie. We got Maddie playing Cassie. God, sorry. I always get tongue-tied. Some of your names are really close to each other. Of course, we're not done for the week just yet. We do have a show on Thursday with Descent into Avernus, our DM, Maddie. You can see her over there. And of course, we have The Stolen Cities on Saturday, run by our new DM, Alex, if I'm correct. Perfect, I wrote that down right. Then we'll be back for, a day break. Then we'll be back with the next episode of the Troubleshooters run by Cap. And then we'll be back on Tuesday with Valley by Night, who our DM or GM over there is Jason. And then back on Wednesday with some Eyes of the Fallen with me. Next week, we hope to see the start of our next hunt. So look forward to that, everybody. Thank you for everyone who joined us, Otter, and everyone else who was very active in the chat tonight. We thank, oh my gosh, Onan for the new follow, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye, guys. Goodbye, everybody.
As I said, I'll keep waving. Don't test me.